You also mentioned just right now that you understood that you had to stop somewhere. Where did that come from? Like many people, they don't have those boundaries or they don't know when to stop. And when you have worked generations over generations with a company or with an industry, you have your emotions attached to that industry or to that company. So, how did you get over all of that?
Oh, well, do you know, when you've been doing it as long as I was, and I didn't only just run Bane and Irvin. I was on the committee at the Scottish region of the National Federation of Roofing Contractors. I became chairman of that region. I was then asked to represent the Scottish region at on the main board of the National Federation of Roofing Contractors. And then they saw something in me. They made me a junior vice president, then a senior vice president, and then I became president of the National Federation of Roofing Contractors in the UK. I was then asked to go onto the board in 2014 of the International Federation of the Roofing Trade. That happened in Bucharest, in Romania. And in 2019, my peers saw something in me that made me they asked me to become president of the International Federation of the Roofing Trade, which in my view is probably the top position in the roofing industry worldwide. And it was a pleasure and a privilege to be able to do that role for 5 years. So that came to an end last November when I stood down in Innsbruck in Austria at the annual gala. And there was a lot going on in my life at that point. I was chair of the Institute of Roofing in the UK. We were going through an amalgamation with the Chartered Institute of Building. So that's the professional qualifications organisation in the UK. So that was quite a trying process. I was still managing director of Bane Irvin, but going through the sale of Bane Irvin at that point to the company we'll probably talk about soon. And my whole industry life was coming to an end at just about exactly the same time, Mohammed. So that
Hmm.
meant that the pressure actually at that point was really immense, and that was the time that I decided that I was just going to work with Bain and Irvin for a period of time with the new owners. Uh,
Okay.
they wanted me for a couple of years, 2 years, and I just decided after a few months that wasn't going to work for me because I had so many things on. And I'm 67 years old this year in May. So I decided, and I spoke to the new owners, John and Michael Chan and Gary House, and said, that's enough. I've done enough.
Hmm.
So on May the 2nd, I called it a day. It was a Friday, and I just decided that was the end. Now, why did I do all that? Because I'd done enough. I knew the time was right. I don't know how many years I will have left. And at 67, my wife is slightly older than me. Hope she doesn't listen to this podcast. So we needed to spend some time together. And that was the decision. Time to move on. It was tough. It was tough to put all that effort to one side. But yeah, the time was right for me, for sure.
I agree, it is tough, and I have massive respect for you for that.